At the beginning of the story, we see a Chinese boy named Joss in a police station in a Thai island where he was asking the police officer to find his wife, but the officers did not know Chinese, so they could not understand Joss. Frustrated with the situation, Joss gets into a fight with the police officer. As a result, what happens is that he is thrown out of the police station. Joss is crying outside the station, and then Officer Sun enters from where Channy came. He sees Joss in trouble and helps him and asks about his case. We learn that Joss and his wife Liz came to this island from China a few days ago, had come to celebrate his first anniversary, but Liz suddenly disappears. Joss complains to the police station to find her, but no investigation is being done. Further, Joss tells that his visa will expire in next 4 days, and before that he must first Liz has to be found because he can't go back without her. After listening to Joss's words, Sun asks him for Liz's photo to help him. Joss shows Sun a photo of Liz, but Liz's face was not visible in it. Next day, when Joss wakes up, he sees that there is a photo of Liz in his bed, but some unknown woman was sleeping with him. Joss gets nervous and asks the lady, "Who are you? What are you doing here?" On which the lady says in a very relaxed way, "Who else is your wife?" On hearing this, it seems as if he goes mad and starts shouting loudly that you cannot be my wife. After that, Sun is taken to the hotel, where the Sun checks Joss's wife's phone, passport and other IDs. It is proved that she is Lady Liz, but Joss is not ready to accept that the lady is his wife. Joss asks the hotel staff one by one, and they all call the same lady as Liz. Joss is unable to understand this. I was wondering, what is all this happening with him, and how are everyone telling the same lies? On the other hand, Sun Joss had a lot to say, but he also gets checked at the airport where Joss was with the same lady whom he was denying for hitting his wife. Sun tells Joss with power that now stop wasting my and other police's time and go and get yourself treated. I think you are suffering from psychological issues, and Jason is tired of investigating on his own, starts up and goes to all the places he and Liz went to, but he doesn't get any clues. Instead, after seeing Joss in the library after fake Liz, she feels that maybe Jazz still can't believe her. Jazz library wanted to see the CCTV footage, but the owner refuses, saying that the footage, they only show it to the police, who calls Sun, and all three together check the footage, in which Joss becomes interested in seeing this fake Liz. Sun, seeing Joss's actions, asks Liz the reason for it. Liz tells that a few years ago Joss was caught diving. Once Joss was in water for a whole day, which made him nervous. The system was shaken, after which he has to take a pill every day, but it also has a side effect that Joss forgets small things. But after coming here, I am the only one who doesn't remember. Hearing all the things about the lease, Son gets angry at Joss and says, "Don't come in front of me again, and don't bother Liz." In the next scene, we see Joss in a bar, very drunk, when he notices a TV news story about a lawyer named Sina talking about how he can solve any complicated case that comes his way. Contacts Sina and goes to meet him, where he asks Sina, but he tells her the whole story of himself and Liz. He tells that when Joss used to do diving, one day Liz also joined the diving class, but while diving, Liz's coach left her inside the water, which Joss saw in the water, jumped in and saved Liz's life. Here we learn about Liz that she is the only daughter of a big company owner, and after her dad's death, she is now the owner of the company. Liz thanks Joss for saving her life, and gradually they become friends and start spending time together. Then one day Joss and Liz were going somewhere when Liz shows Joss a photo in which all her friends from the drama company were there, and also her best friend who was in a foreign country. Joss gets distracted by Liz's words and meets with an accident, due to which Liz gets completely scared and Joss tries to handle her. On the third day, both of them let's get married. Sina interrupts Joss and asks, "What, you know Liz's best friend?" Then Joss shows her social media account, which has a tattoo on it. That tattoo was made on that girl's chest. Also, Joss shows the group photo which Liz showed him, but in that photo no one's face was clear. Further, Jose tells that life of me and Liz is very smooth. We both love each other very much. So we plan to celebrate our first anniversary on this island. When Sina asks Jose about the day of Liz's disappearance, Jose tells that Liz and I will go out and celebrate the anniversary. But Liz said it would be later and went to sleep, and I went to the hotel. I went to a bar where there was a drinking competition going on, in which I was forced to join, due to which my health became very bad, due to which I remained lying in the washroom for a long time. But as soon as I regained consciousness, I ran towards Liz and also fought with some goons. Somehow I came into the room and saw that Liz is not there, and we all know the story after that. Sina tells Jazz that whether that fake Liz and the hotel manager have a hand in all this because she knows how rich Liz is and that you have amnesia. Sina tells George that he might have taken advantage of this and kidnapped Liz, whoever it is. I will hold on to it. Meanwhile, fake Liz enters the room, due to which Joss hides Sina, but seeing Sina's bag and 2 Van glasses still lying on the table, fake Liz understands that when Joss is hiding something from her. Sina comes out and tells Liz that now I am fighting Joss's Kassesying to stay alert. Sina leaves from there and Joss also follows her. Sina explains to Joss that until we get any proof against fake Liz, you are better off with her. Joss agrees with Sina. Fake throws a surprise party for Liz and even dances with her. While they talk, Joss tells Liz that I know you are not the real Liz and that someone has hired you. If you tell me the truth, I will pay you double the amount. But the fake Liz starts closing in, which irritates Joss. Joss throws himself away. Seeing which the people around him start catching Joss, he realizes what a big mistake he has made by reacting like this in public. So he runs away secretly and Sina helps him in this. Sina has got a big lead which he needs to check and goes with Joss to reach the location. After waking up, both of them see that all the photos of Joss were posted in which Joss was gambling. Along with this, there was also a photo of the real Liz. Seeing so many information, it seemed that someone was trying to trap Joss badly. Just when he was about to take a photo of all this, someone would come in a car and attack him. Joss and Senna somehow escape with their lives and stop on a bridge. With Senna suspicious of Joss, she asks, "Are you hiding something from me that I should know?" Josh nervously says, "What are you trying to say?" Then Sina tells Jose that during the investigation I have come to know that there are some issues with Liz and your ticket. And 2 days after Liz's disappearance, a huge withdrawal was made from her account, and now after seeing the photo of you gambling, I have understood that you have an addiction to gambling, so tell me everything about yourself. Only then the one who tells Senna about his past tells that my mom and dad are very good parents. I grew up watching my mom gamble, but I was not at all like that, so I once heard about online gambling and thought of trying it once. As soon as I saw the money coming in on the first try, I became greedy, as a result of which I kept drowning in debt. Meanwhile, I met Liz and soon we fell in love with each other, paid off all my debts, and I also promised him that after today I would never gamble. Until today I have never turned back and gambled. The next day Sina finds out the whereabouts of the photographer who took the photo of Liz and Joss. So she reaches with Joss and gives some money to the photographer. Seeing the real Liz and Joss together, Sina becomes convinced that many of the things Joss says are perfect for the fake Liz. On Sina's suggestion, Joss offers the photographer more money so that he can go to the police. Tell him the truth at the station, agreeing to which the photographer left for the station with him. Then suddenly on the way, Sina asks Joss that you torture Liz. Maybe that's why she left you and ran away. On hearing these words of Sina, Joss gets completely upset and they start arguing with each other, and both when we get down from the car, someone comes back and suits the photographer and takes out all the photos from his bag. Joss and Sina were watching from behind the car. Here we see that the killer is none other than Sun. Now Sun wants to kill Joss and Sina too, but both jumping into a waterfall. He was an expert in diving. That is why he somehow saved his life. After saving himself, he comes straight to the hotel room and starts collecting his passport and ID card because now he had no trust in anyone. He wants to run away from here as soon as possible, but then fake Liz stands behind him with a bottle in her hand, which he sees. Joss is afraid that he might attack her with that bottle somewhere else, but here exactly the opposite happens. Liz hits the bottle on her own head. Seeing this, Joss's condition worsens. Joss strangles her and asks, "Why are you doing all this?" Then the hotel manager, staff and police arrive there. In the next scene we see Joss in a mental hospital in an unconscious state where he is lying down. The collar was tied well and preparations were going on for his operation. Seeing all this, Joss starts shouting loudly that "Leave me, I am absolutely fine. I do not need any operation," but no one listens to him and goes for the operation. All his hair is cut off and only then he is pressed and kept half unconscious. Sina comes to him in a nurse's dress. Seeing which, Jazz starts begging to save himself. Sina shows some evidence to Joss and asks if you have done something to Liz for which she is taking revenge from you, which Sina tells. No, this can't happen because Liz can't even go and do this to Joss again. She forces him to tell the truth. She says, "If you don't tell the truth, then I won't be able to do anything because the operation is going to start in some time." Jose gets scared of Sina's words and agrees to tell the truth. Jose starts. He tells that when he was in debt, He read a news article in which news was written about Liz's death and Liz becoming a company owner, and the next day, seeing Liz in his driving class, Jose made a plan that he will trap Liz in his love and get rid of his loan, and absolutely this is what happened, but the story begins now because even after that the situation did not stop. He was also gambling, and this time his debt became more than last time. When Joss asked Liz for money to repay the debt, Liz refused, saying that if I repay your debt this time too, your gambling habit will stop. She will never go, that's why this time you repay your loan with your own money, and Liz's and Joss was very angry due to things. Then one day he got divorce papers from Liz's draw, which made Joss even more upset that if Liz divorces him, he will not get this Louis Luff again. That is why Josh made a plan, and he brought Liz to this island in the name of anniversary, where he married Liz on the anniversary day, took him for diving, and according to his plan, he went to the bar and drank a lot himself and went to the washroom and went out of the window and destroyed all the evidence that could have cast doubt on him, and came back inside through the same window and killed those goons he fought with so that he could prove that he was in that bar late at night and his. After all, we know the whole plan. Sina forcefully asks Joss where Liz is now. Joss tells her that he has kept Liz in a lighthouse away from the city. On hearing Joss's confession, Sina runs away from there, and Joss, he also somehow frees himself and comes out of the hospital. Seeing that this is a hospital, not only this but it is a bunker. As we move ahead, one by one all those people come in front of Joss whom we had seen till now in the story, like Fake Lee's son, hotel manager, staff photographer, and last but not least Sina, i.e. all these. They met together to get the truth out of Jose's mouth and present his story here. She tells how Liz saved her from being bullied in her childhood and became her best friend by stopping her from committing suicide. Sina further tells that when Liz told me about you, I warned her that a gambler never recovers. But he did not listen to me and married you. Then Sina says that even on the day of the anniversary, Liz had messaged me that you were taking her for diving and she is going to surprise you. But when there was no message from Liz for 4 days, Sena got worried and he himself searched for Liz. She came to this island and brought all her drama group members along with her because she already knows that Joss may or may not be behind Liz's disappearance. Sina makes a plan with her drama club members so that Joss herself will tell them everything, and that's exactly what happens to Sina. Hearing all these things, Joss gets very angry at him and he proceeds to kill him. He grows up, but then the police comes there and arrests Joss and everyone in the fraud case. The police goes to the lighthouse to find Liz, where Liz's body is found underwater. Actually, Joss took Liz inside the lockup on the pretext of diving and kills Liz. Locked in it and came out, Liz just kept looking helplessly at Joss, and her hands she kept hinting towards the surprise, but all this had no effect on Josh. A month later, when Sina came out after serving her sentence, she went straight to meet Josh and told him that Liz loved him so much that she did not even know him. Tell him that he had paid off all his debts and also give that surprise to Jose. She leaves from there. Seeing which Joss's tears were not stopping because the surprise included the sonography of Joss and Liz's unborn child. Which means Joss not only killed Liz but also took the life of his unborn child. And with this story ends here. So friends, this story is for you. How did you like it? Do tell me by commenting. By the way, friends, I had explained the story of the movie a few days ago. If you guys have not seen it, then definitely watch it by clicking on watch next. So guys, in today's video, that's all. Thanks to you. Goodbye.